This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, several key government agencies joining forces to address safety issues at a major tourist center here on Grand Bahama. The safety campaign was launched today at a press conference at the police headquarters. Sabrina Brown has our top story.
The New Memories Blue Diamond Resort is expected to receive 700 guests this coming weekend. The neighboring Grand Lucayan Resort is also said to be experiencing a high occupancy level. As Grand Bahama witnesses a turnaround in the country's #1 industry, the island's only entertainment center, Port Lucaya, is expected to see an increase in activity. General Manager at the Ministry of Tourism, Betty Bethel, and Chairman of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, Russell Miller, say their aim is to ensure the safety of visitors and residents alike.
In our feedback from our surveys from the departing guests who have come already from Canada, one of the things that they enjoy most about this destination is the feeling of safety. We want to appeal to the parents of underage kids, of minors, that they should be attended at all times. We would like to discourage minors being left at the marketplace.
We're not saying that we don't want the individuals to continue to come out and support the area. We simply want some supervision and assistance with this.
Marketing coordinator at the Port Lucaya Marketplace, Karen Ferguson-Bain, says a major challenge is trying to ensure that alcoholic beverages are not sold to underage children.
They're getting persons to go inside those establishments and purchasing alcoholic beverages for them. It's a problem for our security detail because now you have security officers who have to literally go into each and every one of these bars and ensure that minors are not inside, to ensure that minors are not wandering freely out to the mega yachts that are in the marina, because you don't want them out there disturbing someone's peace once they're trying to enjoy their vacations.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Emric Seymour is advising parents not to leave their children unattended while at Port Lucaya, or they could find themselves liable. He's also sending a stern warning to businesses with liquor licenses in that entertainment center.
We want to send a warning and a message out to those operators of those liquor license premises not to have or invite young people, underage people in those premises, further not to sell them alcoholic beverages, because they run the risk, if they do, they run the risk of losing their license and, of course, eventually their establishment being closed down. We've significantly enhanced our police resources in the Port Lucaya area, particularly on Friday and Saturday nights.
President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Keith Meadows, and Deputy Director of Education, Sandra Etchcombe, are also weighing in on this issue.
We feel that the time has come, perhaps, where we need to put a curfew. At a certain time, kids underage should not be allowed to be walking around in Port Lucaya. But as a pastor, I want to say that the Bible said we ought to train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he shall not depart. And so, parents, we have a responsibility.
Grand Bahama, we cannot forget the 4 missing boys. And leaving our children unattended. We don't want such an incident to occur again.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the co-chair of the country's urban renewal program giving a pep talk to a group of young men, the talk centering around positive behavior and becoming productive citizens. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
You got to stand up, man. We're looking for a few good men.
The images have become commonplace. Young men handcuffed and shackled, many of whom oftentimes have become victims of poor choices. It is at-risk youth, some of whom are in crisis, that the former Minister of National Security, now co-chairperson of the Urban Renewal 2.0 program, Cynthia Mother Pratt, attempted to reach as the Urban Renewal team visited Genesis Academy.
You're here. You're not here by choice. You're here because they sent you. Because of some things you're not doing, and I know you can do better. I know you are somebody. I know that you could rise above this.
She admonished the youngsters to use the intervention program as a stepping stone to a better future.
There is a young man Mark Thompson, I'll call his name. Mark Thompson was a student at Cease Reading School. And each year I took 2 groups of students on scholarships to North Carolina. Mark was a bright boy, but he was poor. And he used to get into little mischiefs. And I said, Mark, you could do better than this. That's not what you want for your life, man. Mark wanted to go to college. I was through speaking with them. And I said to Mark, Mark, you cannot go because you don't have any clothes. Mark knew when I was leaving. And I got to the airport. Who do you think I met there? Mark. I said, Mark, what did I tell you? He said, Brother Pratt, you can't leave me. I said, Lord, what is this today? I said, anyway, I'm going to take you. I'll take you. I said, what I'm going to do. My 2 sons were going, and I said, I'm going to put you in the room with them. And when I send money for them, I said, I'll help you out with food and the clothes. Mark never returned home. But today, he graduated from college, and Mark is a CEO of a major company in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Deputy Director of Urban Renewal Michelle Rackley noted that the country is losing too many young men to prison. She pleaded with the young boys to support the vision of Ricardo Major.
I have a thing for young men because it hurts my heart. When I travel to Bahamas Air and I have to look in the back of that plane and see our young men handcuffed going to prison. That is happening too often. And if we had some more, Mr. Major, those young men would be where they ought to be and take their rightful role in this Bahamas.
The heart-to-heart session ended with a special prayer as persons petitioned God to protect and direct the lives of the young men. Joan Davis Rolle, Southern Network News.
Switching gears now, this Valentine's weekend, the Grand Bahama International Airport's fixed-base operation will welcome several private charter flights from the Bahamas Flying Ambassadors program out of Florida. Flyings are nothing new for the island of Grand Bahama, and the Ministry of Tourism is involved in an aggressive campaign to appeal to this multi-billion-dollar general aviation and private aircraft market. Tourism officials say the Bahamas is making every effort to capture its share of the lucrative market. The islands of the Bahamas, in particular Grand Bahama, with its close proximity to the Florida market, as well as the ease of aviation with radar coverage from Florida to the Bahamas, along with hassle-free customs and immigration procedures, makes Grand Bahama the perfect destination for fly-ins. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.